Hi, and welcome back to Perfectly Flawed Nail Art. Today is January the 8th, and I have some exciting news to tell you. I got some new things in the mail ordered off of Amazon that we can play with today. Now, these are a form of nail vinyls or templates. Unfortunately, with it being white, you can't see these ones quite as well, but let me just assure you there are a lot of different patterns here. We have like 36 different sheets that we can play with, and that's including some of them, okay? And here are other ones here that are beautiful, and I think you will be able to see these better. So there's hearts, there's triangles, there's stars, there is circles and spirals and squares and all kinds of pretty little patterns that we can play with. I also am excited to tell you that we have got in dotting tools, and at this end we have paint brushes that are meant for nails. So anyways, I am going to go and open this up, and let's have a closer look. If we can get them to all come out. No, and that one just does not want to come out for us. All right, so I'm excited to say we are going to do some amazing nail art today. Stay tuned to find out what we end up doing with our nails. But if you look here, oh, these are beautiful. All the different sizes of dotting tools. We can make different sizes, different patterns. So on the other end, I'm going to flip this around. We have paint brushes. We have this one, and look at how nice and thin and delicate that is. This one here is a striping brush. That is for doing intricate little flowers or lines. Here's one here that is similar to the first one I showed you, but it's a little bit smaller, and it is nice and thin. And we have two more here, striping paint brushes. They look, well, they're not quite the same size. One is a little bit longer. So we have three sizes of striping brushes and two other brushes that we could use. And I like that they have come with this protective cover. Anyways, my favorite is look at the sparkles in each little, isn't that pretty how it sparkles and sparkles and sparkles? Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Anyways, we are going to have so much fun playing with these new tools, new decals, and stay tuned to see what we decide to do. All right, welcome back. I have decided to paint them a nice hot pink color, and I have chosen Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails Extreme Wear, and let me see here, it is 165 Pink Punk. Okay, so that's the base color that I have decided to use, and I have decided for the designs, or yeah, this is a beautiful color as well, and I think it's a good contrast between the pink punk. Okay, so this also is Sally Hansen Hard as Nails Extreme Wear, and the number is 584 with the beat. Let's see if I can get that to come in. There you go. Alrighty, so I think that's going to be a beautiful color to play with designs. And anyways, we're going to have to wait for that to dry a little bit. I'll leave that there so you can look at it. I think I am going to play with these stickers that we put on our nails. So this is all brand new to me, and we are probably going to flaw it right up. But that's why we are perfectly flawed. Okay, I'm going to wait for this to dry, and we'll be back. Okay, so we're back, and I think my nail is dry enough. Now they say it should be well dry before we start putting these stickers on. But I've decided to start it with a simple design, which is one of these. So I'm going to place it on my nail, line it up the best that I can. Not quite, I don't think. Exactly where I want it. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to try this off camera. Okay, we're back, and off camera I did end up using these a little bit, but I also try and use this, and I believe I got it lined up there perfectly. Well, as perfectly as I want it to be perfect. So I'm just going to take this color that I had picked out earlier, which was called With the Beat. Okay, and I'm going to paint over my whole nail. So watching other YouTube videos, this is what they do. They paint right over, and yes, of course, I am painting out of the lines. Now, they say not to wait for this to dry and that we are supposed to lift that up right away to get your design. So, slowly. Ooh, am I ever happy with that? My goodness. I wonder if we can reuse these little things. Not quite sure if we can, but I'm actually just going to put it to the side and let that dry and see if we can't reuse that. But do I ever love that? Oh my goodness, that turned out beautifully. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do the same design on all the nails or just leave that one. What do you think I should do, guys? Actually, you know what I'd love to do? I'd like to try some of these dotting tools that I just got. So I'm going to place over the tweezers to the side and try not to touch that other, I don't know if you call it a sticker or, I'm not quite sure exactly what you call it, but to me it was a sticker and it stuck to my nail, and we got a beautiful design. So I am going to bring the camera back out again. See if I can get that to work. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to bring in, I think you might have seen this in a different video where it didn't quite work out with the sparkles, but I am going to bring it back in for this tutorial. And I'm going to take some of the dark, and I'm going to place a couple of drops on my template. Okay, and I'm going to close the bottle because I really don't want to knock this over and have it all over the place. Okay, so I'm actually going to start off with this one. And it is, I believe, the largest dotting tool that I have got with the set. And I'm going to just do a couple of practice little dots on the tray here. And it looks like it's turning out beautiful. Now, I'm not quite sure what kind of dots I want to do. Really? So why don't I try one design with the dots that go all the way around the top. And there you go. Actually, this is working out beautifully. I am loving this. And just get there right in the corner. I'm going to go back here and just kind of try and fill up some spaces. Make my dots maybe a little bit bigger, a little more defined. Actually, I think that's, my first try for dotting tools. I don't think that's a bad go at it. I think I'm going to do the same on the other nails, just to keep the decoration or the design similar. So I'm going to keep going back and picking up a little more of the polish on the dotting tool and continue right to the edge. I think that turned out beautifully. Loving this design. Okay, and again here, a little edge there, and go back and pick up some more nail polish. Wow, I'm loving that. I will post a link to where I got these off of Amazon, and also I'll post a link for the little stickers. Okay, and I'm going to turn over and I'm going to finish with my thumb, and I am just going to go along the edge. Dot, dot. Pick up some more nail polish. And dot, dot. And pick up some more nail polish. And that doesn't have to be perfect, because this is perfectly flawed nail art. Okay, let's see if I can redo that dot, that dot, that dot, that dot, and that dot. Perfect. I love that. That's beautiful. Alrighty then. Please leave a comment in the comments of what you thought about today's tutorial, and maybe give me some or other ideas what we could do with the dotting tools that we have, or I really would love to experiment more with these stickers. These here, I love how that turned out with that sticker. So anyways, I'm very, very excited with the new materials I have to use. I don't have a link for the nail polish, but I have picked them up at the local Walmart, and I have picked these up at my local drugstore, this here brand. So it's a very common name for a brand, so have a look around at Walmart, your local drugstore. You probably could find Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails Extreme Wear Nail Polishes. And I believe they have a beautiful selection of colors. Alrighty, well, you just have a wonderful day, and do subscribe and do give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that bell button. And remember, I will post the links to Amazon where I got these stickers and the dotting tools. Bye-bye now, and thank you for watching.